Hey guys, it's Carolina here from KarolinasKrafts and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share with you guys what I made using this paper pad, which is this Joie De Vivre paper pad by Die Cuts with a View. This is something that, I was struggling with, you guys, last month, but I made some traveler's notebooks. I made 3 of those, and then I made 4 of those, and then I made 3 like laminated junk journals. I love how those turned out. So cute. And then I still had some scraps left, so I needed to use it. Now this has been like more of a challenge for me to use just because all the papers in here are so super duper bright and colorful. And so it has been definitely a challenge for me to use. And I know I didn't finish using it in July like my plan was, but I needed to smash something, so I'm still trying to work through it and trying to get rid of it and smash it, you guys, so I could write it off on my list, because you guys know I keep track. I need to be able to write off some kind of 12 by 12 pad, so we are still working on it. So I want to share with you guys what I made so far. I still have some more projects to go, but let me share with you guys what I did make, and that is this 4x4 sized little mini album. So let's talk about it and let's get this video started right after my little intro. Okay, so this 4x4 turned out really cute. You guys could see I used a different colored base. Instead of like my traditional white or my black, I decided to use this like a, I don't know, like a sea foam green kind of thing. And I have like blues in here. So I tried to pull colors from the paper pad that were more like blue, yellow, green, black. I tried not to do really pinks. I'm creating a separate album where I'm going to try to use some more of the pinks and stuff. But just so you guys could see like all the different things that you could create from one paper pad with different colors, and it just really depends on how you mix and match those papers. But on the front cover here, it says Summer is a State of Mind. This is a little ephemera piece from the Pool Party collection by Echo Park. I think that and maybe some other elements in here might be from Pool Party. I've got a ribbon tie closure, some enamel dots. You guys could see I did my zigzag stitch on the cover. I did not do it on the spine, but I did do the back as well, and my little handmade logo stamp. And if you guys are looking for a tutorial for this, I do have a tutorial for this on my channel, as well as a cutting guide. It is the same album as this, the Right Through My Heart 4x4 mini album. I think there's one page that I did differently, or that I did not add, or yeah, kind of like that. But I added something else instead, so I will share with you guys that. But other than that, I will have the tutorial link down below. I will have this cutting guide link down below, because there is also a paper matting video for this as well, if you guys are looking to get the measurements for the paper matting video also. So all the links are actually like in the cutting guide, and you could access them whether it's through your computer and you want to click on the link, or through your phone, or whether you want to print it out and then you have QR codes and you could use your phone to scan it and then you get the video that pulls up. So I really like that, but it's also just really easy to make once you have a cutting guide in front of you to be able to put this together quickly. So yeah, 4x4 size is like the outside, and actually the pages are 4x4 as well. So here's what it looks like when you open it up. This here looks like this, and I added in some little index cards for some little journaling space. Like I said, I was really trying to pull in like the blues or like the turquoisey kind of colors, the blacks and the yellows, and I didn't have a lot of that paper at this point, so I just made a little like journal spot here, and that's what I did there. And then I put this little seashell here because I forgot to put the magnet under my pocket, so I had to do something there. And also the magnets I used for this, I did oh, hold on, here I think I did the smaller one. I think I did the 1/4 inch one here, the 1/4 inch magnet. These are from Total Element Magnets, and you guys can use the code KarolinasKrafts for 10% off your order. So this is the 1/4 inch, but I think the rest of this album I also used the 5/16 of an inch size magnets, because especially like on the bigger pages. So this one was like a smaller spot with this pocket. So I did the 1/4 inch because I also needed to be able to cover it up with the little seashell. But I think everywhere else in this album, I'm pretty sure I did the 5/16 of an inch. Okay, so here I have this little belly band. I have this little sticker from my stash. I made this little booklet, this time on like some navy blue scrap piece of cardstock I had. And I also had a light blue scrap, so I just put that inside so you could write on it. And this is a sticker from just some random sticker sheets in my stash. So we just made our own little booklet there. We tucked it into that belly band. Then here's something I did different. So in the cutting guide and tutorial, which I'm gonna look at right now on the side here. Okay, so in the cutting guide and tutorial, I did 2 like side pockets here. This time, because I was working with scraps, I did something else on the front here. So this one I had this little cut apart, so I just made him a belly band, and it says "Be Silly." And it's just a little belly band there with a tag that I die cut out with like a die set that I have, but I'll link it down below because I use those often. You guys can see I have a smaller one here. And then on the side here, I did a smaller little pocket because that's a scrap that I had. In the tutorial, it's just like a full pocket, like top to bottom here, and on both sides. So you could choose to do whatever you want, but here I did a little smaller one because that's the scrap that I was working with. And I have this little like strawberry little booklet and a cute little tag. So that's in here. And I decorated with the little sunglasses. And then this opens up like this. And you got little watermelons and then just like space for extra photos. Then the next page here, again, I did the pocket a little teeny bit different. And then the tutorial like had a shorter pocket here, and then it goes a little taller, but you could do it however you want. I just, you know, was working with my scraps. I had a longer one, so that's what I went with. Oh, and I forgot to mention, in here in the tutorial I also put like a little piece here, but I think I just did that with paper. That wasn't like a pocket, but I didn't put anything here. And then, okay, so here, the pocket, I did another little tag here with my tag die set, and then I had this little cut apart that just says, "Today I'm excited about everything." It does not fit this way, so I had to fold it. I figured you would put like a little photo or something, and then you have this, or you could fold it the other way if you would like, but I just thought the pink was nice on the outside. And then you can always use these wherever else you want. Like if you add a photo here, maybe you want to just glue it down on 3 sides and tuck this behind the photo, so like it does not have to stay in the pocket. And then you could always tuck in extra photos in the pocket if you would like. And then here is where I did something different. So in the tutorial, I had a page here that was also a pocket for like a full tag. Here I decided to use one of the new dies from Scrap Diva Designs. It is her library card pocket die. And I die cut it out with that like seafoam green. You could see the top is rounded. I just cut it off right there. And then I added my pattern paper. So I didn't actually cut out the pattern paper. You have this layering piece for the pattern paper, and then you have a little rectangle for the pocket piece. I just ended up measuring and cutting out my own, but I did use the die set to kind of make my little pocket. And I've been working on making like a ton of those. It's just so fun. Just a little sneak peek if you haven't seen it already in my August 2nd video, in the release video. But like with my scraps of that paper, I've just been making so many more. And I love it because it also comes with another layering piece where you get this piece, like a decorative edge. And if I add this into a junk journal or something, I could add it in like that. Like, just look how pretty that is. And you could have this as a pocket. You could glue this down on 3 sides and have this as a pocket behind there. And then you could glue this back piece down on 3 sides and have that as another pocket behind here. So many ways. Or you could just, you could also just use this as like a little element or whatever. But yeah, so cute. And then, so that's one that I did with, like some cardstock, and then I did scraps of paper to cover it up. But you could do straight up with just pattern paper as well without doing like a cardstock frame, and you have something like cute like this. Like, it's so fun. So I've been like working on using my scraps and just making a ton of those because I know I could add them to like other projects, other summery kind of projects, and I just think they are so stinking cute. So I've been making a lot of those library card pockets with that library die from Scrap Diva. So if you guys were looking to get this die set as well, or any other die set, you guys can use the code Carolina for 10% off your order. But I'm having so much fun with that one. Okay, so I made that little library card pocket here, but on top of that, I added in this little pineapple in here, and it's so cute, and it fits perfectly in this pocket because this pocket is actually gusseted. You can see it has little gusseted pieces here that it kind of like gives you like that score line after you die cut it out. So I was able to put this little pineapple in there, and this is a little pineapple I made also with a Scrap Diva die set. It is her pineapple shaker bundle die set, and so I was able to make this little like pineapple booklet for extra little journaling space or whatever. So I actually made this in a process video, I think, so I can link that down below also, and I'm using it in here, and I think it looks so cute. And then this just kind of flips open, and I added a magnet here as well. So there is that 4x4 sized mini album. It is also available in my Etsy shop in case you guys are interested, and I'll have all the die sets that I used down below. But I think it just turned out so stinking cute. I'll also have the magnets I used down below as well. But it's just like so cute. It was a great way to use up some of my scraps so far. And like I said, I'm also going to be working on another one with a pink base, focusing on more of the pink kind of colors from that paper pad. This one was more of like the blues, the yellows, and the greens, and blacks. But I will be using some more of like the pinks and stuff in the other album. So stay tuned for that. Definitely check out all the links below because you guys can head on over to the tutorial, the cutting guide, the magnets, the die sets, and all that fun stuff. So, all right, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next crafty video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.